Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make deli-style roast beef. It's really easy to make and it's sure to be the best roast beef you've ever had. The recipe I'm using is based on a recipe called Deli-Style Roast Beef from the Primal Blueprint Cookbook by Mark Sisson and Jennifer Meyer. For this recipe you will need the following: 1 roast, coarse sea salt, Italian seasoning, a roasting pan, and a meat thermometer. I have here an approximately 1 pound London broil of buffalo, 1 tablespoon of sea salt, 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. You can use more or less depending on the size of your roast, and my old-fashioned cast iron skillet, which I enjoy using for roasting. It usually gets good results, and my meat thermometer. The first thing to do is to preheat your oven to 250 degrees. It cooks at a low temperature throughout the process. The next thing to do with your assembled ingredients is to mix the sea salt in with your Italian seasoning. Simply dump that together, give it a good mix until it's pretty well combined. You then take your slab of meat. Take your meat and rub it down with the seasoning mixture. You can use as much or as little as you would like. I happen to like a good bit of seasoning on there. Some of it will come off in the cooking process. So just take your spices and rub it all around on both sides of the cut of meat. You then take your meat and transfer it to your roasting pan. In this case, my cast iron skillet that used to be my grandmother's. And it fits just right in there. You then take your meat thermometer and place it through the thickest portion of the cut of meat. With the oven preheated, our roast is ready to go in. It'll stay in the oven at 250 for about 30 minutes. The roast has been in for about 30 minutes at 250 degrees. According to the meat thermometer, the roast right now is at 120 degrees. For a nice rare piece of meat though, I'll need it to be at about 140 degrees. So I'm going to put the roast back in and reduce the temperature of the oven so that it's a slow roasting. I'm going to turn the temperature down to about 180 degrees. It'll stay in for about another hour at this temperature. It's been about 45 minutes, and the meat thermometer indicates that my bison roast is at about the temperature that I'd like it to be at for a nice, rare roast. Once you remove the meat from the oven, you want to move it to a cutting board or serving platter so it can rest for about 20 minutes. This will help the juice settle inside and it'll be really, really delicious. Move that to my cutting board. Cover it with foil. And we'll wait for about 20 minutes. When the meat's rested about 20 minutes, it's ready to be sliced. You want to make sure to cut against the grain so that the meat is as tender as possible. I have my slicing assistant. You also want to try to get your slices as thin as possible to duplicate the deli experience. Pretty good. Let's get a closer look at that meat. And that's how you make deli-style roast beef at home. Quick, well, it's not quick, but it's easy. And it's tasty. Thanks.